Hi guys, it's Animate for Life here, and we will be going down the top 10 ATEEZ MVs ranging from Pirate King all the way to the newest era, which is Tanks. This is one of my first ever videos, so if my editing isn't that good, then please give me feedback on how I can improve. I also would like to say that this list is purely from my opinions, so if you don't like it or if you disagree with me, then just write your own top 10 in the comments and I'll probably read them out as well. Anyway, without further ado guys, enjoy. So number 10 we have Aurora. Personally, I find this MV very fun to watch, mostly because of its choreography. I feel like Aurora has probably one of the hardest choreography in K-pop in general, because of the fast movements, and ATEEZ are able to pull it off while being in sync. So I feel like that's what makes this MV so good. But the reason why I put it as top 10 is because I don't think that the MV is that good itself. Like the choreography and the song, they're both really good. However, the MV, the music video, it's just kind of normal. It doesn't really have anything special about it, or it doesn't have a certain concept to it, which is why I put it as number 10. However, song and choreography wise, I feel like it's really up there with other third gen K-pop videos. Okay, number 9 we have Illusion. Illusion, unlike Aurora, has a really good MV. Like the whole concept of ATEEZ is that they're supposed to be pirates that are trying to go on a treasure hunt and they're trying to be number 1. And Illusion was one of the first videos that ATEEZ ever released, and it really displays them as pirates because of the setting, which is they're on a ship, and then they also have the treasure map as well. And I feel like it really does show that they're pirates, and it was one of the first videos that showed that they were pirates, which is why I put it as number 9. However, choreography wise, I feel like the moves are quite easy. They could be better. Compared to other MVs, I mean, ATEEZ has produced some really good choreography, like choreography that I've watched and have been completely surprised or dazzled by. And I feel like Illusion just doesn't have that touch to it. And third of all, song wise, the song itself is also really good as well. Maybe not one of their best songs, but it's solid. I would actually give it a really good rating, maybe 7 out of 10, which is why I also put it as number 9. Okay, then number 8 we have Wave. Now a lot of people probably disagree with me, mostly because Wave is a really popular song. It got non-ATEEZ fans to start standing ATEEZ, and it also made them 18 as well. And it is a really good song. I mean, I really like the choreography and the song, they're really good. It actually got ATEEZ their first ever comeback win, which was a really big highlight, especially for 18 and also ATEEZ themselves. It must have been great winning their first ever comeback, which is why I feel like Wave is a really big highlight for ATEEZ. However, in this video we are mainly focusing on MVs, and personally this MV isn't as big as the other ones that I have put in this list. I still think that the choreography is okay, and the song itself is really good. The song, the first few times I listened to it, I really loved it. However, afterwards, once you start listening to it over and over again, then it does get a bit repetitive, and you do feel like that you're getting bored of it. I mean, I had the same feeling. I'm sure you guys have your own opinions. However, for me, I put it as number 8 because I just don't think it is higher than the other songs I've put in this list. Okay, then number 7 we have Say My Name. Now Say My Name, just like Wave, also highlights a very big moment in the ATEEZ storyline. This is when we were first introduced to the dark concept of ATEEZ, which was a really good touch, because so far we only knew about these 8 members that were going on a treasure hunt. They were trying to find this treasure, or they're trying to be number 1. However, when Say My Name came out, we first found out about this dark concept of ATEEZ, and I feel like that was really good because it made the story a lot more interesting, and we were also excited to see what was going to happen in the future. It made us more excited for the future MVs that were coming out, which is why Say My Name does deserve like a high spot in this top 10 list. However, the reason why I do put it as number 7 is because I didn't like the choreography that much. Personally, there were a few parts that I liked, but most of it I wasn't too keen on. But then again, the MV music video was still good, so I put it as number 7. Number 6, we have Thanks. Thanks, in my opinion, is a really good AMV. It was like a breath of fresh air. So far, we've seen a happy side of ATEEZ and also this dark concept of ATEEZ. However, Thanks and Inception, these two were quite different. With obviously the school concept, I feel like not only was the MV good, but the members also looked really good in this MV. I mean, the stylist did a really good job with the hairstyles and the clothing, and it was a lot different than what we've seen before, which is what I really liked about Thanks. The song, again, it was also really good, and the choreography was also really good as well. I enjoyed the choreography. ATEEZ stayed like in sync the whole time, which was something very nice to see, and I'm sure a lot of ATEEZ did enjoy the song as well when it came out. Number 5, we have Answer. Now, Answer's MV is quite interesting. So currently, this is kind of a spoiler, but currently, obviously, ATEEZ and the dark ATEEZ, the dark side of ATEEZ, we haven't seen them get along well yet, or we haven't seen them being friendly to each other. We kind of think that they're enemies, but in Answer, we realize that they make some kind of deal between them, or they're sitting opposite each other and they're talking normally and eating, which means that they're kind of at standby. They're not really obviously facing each other or fighting each other yet. They are just kind of considering them as normal companions, I guess you could say, which is a bit interesting, which really puts this MV at a really high place. I enjoyed watching this a lot, and again, the song is also really good as well, and the choreography, I think it probably has one of the best choreography that ATEEZ has ever produced, and so that's why I put this really high. Number 4, we have Pirate King. Now, some of you guys might be wondering why I put Pirate King number 4 when there is so many more MVs that are better than Pirate King, which might be true in some cases. However, you have to realize that this was their debut song. This was their first song ever, and I feel like even as a debut song, they did really good. I mean, I still listen to this song to this day, even though this is one of the first ever songs. This is one of the first ever K-pop songs I listened to, and I still like it. Sometimes it's still in my play chart, and I always put it on whenever I can, whenever I'm going outside or I'm doing something and I have my earphones inside my ears. Then I just put it on, and I still enjoy listening to it to this day, which is why I feel like it deserves such a high spot. And also the MV, I mean, ATEEZ are really good at producing MVs. Nearly all the MVs have had a really unique concept to them, but this one, especially the whole desert area, really went well with the pirate concept, which is why I feel like even as a debut song, this was extremely good. Number 3 is Hala Hala. Now I don't even need to tell you why I put Hala Hala as number 3. The choreography is insane, especially that last part with San. It is completely crazy, where he goes into that demonic form and somehow doesn't break his neck. Hala Hala also is a dark concept of ATEEZ. We do see obviously the dark members in that one, and not the original ATEEZ members, which is really nice as well. And the song I enjoy quite a lot. It was actually one of the first ever songs I listened to when I was first introduced to K-pop, along with Pirate King. I still enjoy that song, just like Pirate King as well. I still enjoy that song to this day, but I feel like because of the MV and also the choreography, especially the choreography, I've put it as number 3. Number 2 is Inception. ATEEZ won twice with Inception, which is something very hard for a rookie group, which is why I obviously had to put Inception as top 2, because Inception, in my opinion as well, also has a very good MV. The water and the flooding and everything in the school, that was a really nice touch to it, and it made the MV look 10 times better than it already was. And also it is one of the more newer songs. It's like currently the fever era going on, and so this song is very relevant and a lot of people are enjoying it. It's really popular as well. It got a lot of views really quickly, and in a short amount of time it was able to get so many views, which is why it deserves to be on the second spot. Okay then, number 1. You guys probably already guessed this, but it's Wonderland. Wonderland, for me, everything is perfect about it. Not just good, it's perfect. The choreography, the song, the stylists, and also the MV itself. These are all perfect. I mean, the MV, the military concept, I really enjoyed that. I really find that 10 out of 10. And then also the choreography is really unique. I've never seen anything like that before. I feel like throughout the whole song, the choreography, not only is it good, but it matches the song itself. It also matches the concept as well. And then the stylists, they look really like dark characters. They don't look happy, obviously. They look really dark and evil and stuff, and that's what I really like about it as well. Really serious, and that's why I feel like Wonderland has to be number 1, because it's really unique. I've never seen anything like it before, and whenever I listen to it, I just seem to get energy. I mean, every time I listen to it, I never seem to get bored. I just get more and more energy inside me. And this is the song that actually got me into K-pop, and it's also the song that got me into ATEEZ as well. It's the reason why I started standing ATEEZ. And even to this day, just like Pirate King, whenever I listen to it, I always get this kind of energy inside me, and that's why I enjoy watching it so much.